off, we have Pink Funeral by Beach House, which was an exciting little release. I haven't heard
Yes.
much from Beach House, at least like this year, I want to say.
Nope, not for a while. They're gonna release an album, I believe, next year. So it's their first single for their upcoming record, and I'm very excited for it. Beach House are a band that are very, very good.
Yeah, on seasoned podcast Audioface, we reviewed Seven in 2018, and it was one of our favorite indie albums of that year. It was absolutely
And I
phenomenal record.
think I put it on. We put it on 50 of the tens. I'm pretty sure. Seven.
That's certainly possible. It was just really amazing. But we
Fantastic
return
record.
with
Yeah.
an EP that's Once Twice Melody. There's 4 songs on that. Of those, I kind of picked Pink Funeral out of them
Mhm.
because I think it kind of captures what they're going for right now, which is sort of like a synthy but also almost orchestral kind of thing that it grows into, especially in the middle.
Yes. I really like it. So it's different from sounding from some of their previous works, but you can kind of get a sense of like the way the production, especially towards the end of it, where you get the really quick synths. You still have the strings in the background, and it like just builds and builds and builds to the ending point. It's like, okay, yeah, this is prime Beach House, but it's very good.
Yes. Moving on, we have Outlaws by Rick Rosenit, 21 Savage and Jasmine Sullivan, which
Across the
was
bus.
this is boss Rick Ross. Seriously, I when I saw this combination, I was like, it's gonna be really hard to mess up this song. This is gonna be a great song, and it really doesn't disappoint. It's solid.
And it's a great song. It's really good. I've listened to it quite a few times actually. I like it a lot.
Yeah, surprisingly, Rick Ross's part is a little bit understated. I'd say I think he takes over like mostly at the end, but like I mean, overall, it's a good track. I think Jasmine Sullivan, like to say she sings is an understatement. Of course, it's also just like very literal. Of course, she sings, but she's been one of the greatest musicians kind of out there behind the scenes for a decade or so plus. And then with her recent album Hotels that came out earlier this year, probably going to be an early Audioface Awards finalist coming out later this year. She's been really killing it. 21 Savage has just been in the stable around here on Audioface. We love him. Been consistent, still at it. It's really an unoffensive performance. If anything, I'd say maybe the song's a little bit longer. I've fully gone into the craze of like.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I know. I fully got.
Dan's drinking the Jack Daniels of I need 2-minute songs maximum.
Oh no, I'm off of whiskey this year, so that was the Dan from the Internet 20 juice. Now it's all absinthe. No, really not been drinking that much. I think IPAs maybe. Whatever. Audio. Okay, hazy IPAs better than the regular. I sound like such a hipster. I'm gonna stop. Anyways,
God damn, we need to make arbitrary scale of beers. So why don't we just change arbitrary scale of beers?
we need to get you to drink more beers, brother, in order for us to like really build that repertoire out. But you know, we'll
My
add
God,
that
I
to
drink hella beers, but they're all European beers, so I'll just give you 1,000 European brands. And
more,
actually do some local breweries too. So.
More on that eventually.
Yes.
That's be a good sponsorship opportunity. More on that eventually. But we have the next song, and this is a fan recommendation. Fans can send in recommendations to our shiny email that has actually always existed, audioface@syndicate23.co. But we have Shadows by Desmond Meyer. And this is off of a full album that's come out, Shadow Dancer. And so this is like a kind of title track, not exactly a sort of deal. And I really enjoyed it. It was almost sort of like a funk thing almost at a certain point. I almost got like Roosevelt vibes from it.
I was gonna say it reminded me a lot of Roosevelt, and I listened to a bit of the record too because it intrigued me a lot, and I actually like it a lot. It might be something that we throw in there, maybe for recommendations throughout the whole record to give it a little bit of a rundown towards or our court packing episode, I should say, towards the end of the year. I really like that track. Whoever recommended it, thank you. It's great, actually.
Yeah. Playing with Fire, the first song on the album, really kind of blew up apparently. And that's also a very good one as well. But go ahead, feel free to go into the deep cuts. I think this is a good one as well. Yeah, like I said, I have only because of this week. And you know, listening to the albums that we do on Audioface, like and listening to the amount of them to make sure we don't like get them all confused in our head. We couldn't listen to everything, but we're looking at ways and exploring like how we can review more albums. Been doing a lot of teasing, but more on that later. Anyways, those have been the singles for this week. Plugs, I've plugged a thing. I already talked about that, so I'll stop teasing that. But make sure you check out the 2021 AF playlist. We're rounding down the year of that, and we're still adding things. It's still really good. I might do one final reordering when we do our Audioface mini break in December in between the core packing episode and the Audioface Awards. The Audioface Awards this year are going to be better than ever. We've got some really fun plans about that. It's going to be at a it's going to be our first in-person show for a while, I think. And it's
Yeah.
going to be at a whole new location, a whole new set. We're going to do maybe some other random surprises. We'll see what we can pull out of our asses at the last minute, as we always do. And so check that out, the Audioface Awards later this year, all those other different things. Help grow Audioface by following us on Twitter and Instagram at AudiofacePod. You know that already. Check out Power Report. There's a recent episode dropping that I did with Caesar and Bam from the We Made It podcast. Just going through a lot of news, only a little bit of talking about me being right. And we talked about Joe Rogan sucking himself off. Really casual things. Check out Peter.
Whoa. Jesus Christ. I missed some things. Dear God.
And apropos of nothing from what I said previously, Peter, thank you, Peter, for editing this podcast. Dead Music Productions, Dead Music 666. On Instagram is where you could find them. And seriously, they've been making the PowerPoint episodes and the Audioface episodes sound really, really good over the past couple of months. And we greatly appreciate the work they've been doing over there.